Hello my lovely friends, and today I am back, and guess what? It is Thanksgiving! And I was just looking over some fun, easy recipes to do, and I came over this one little recipe called cheese stuffed bread, and as far as I know, it tastes really good. So I thought, hey, why not do it? So in this tiny little notepad, I have the entire recipe written down, and I'm going to be making it. Also, I thought, you know what? Since it's break from school, why not wear my PJs? So, PJ day. So by starting, I need to warm up some milk. Now I have warmed up the milk, and what you'll need is 3 ounces of milk, and now I have to put in 1 teaspoon sugar. And I just warmed up the milk for just a few seconds, not that many minutes, just a few seconds. So, okay, now I have to mix it well. Okay, I think that should be enough because I think the warm milk dissolved the sugar. And now I have to add this 1 teaspoon yeast. And mix it again. So now I have to cover it for 5 minutes. So let me put this on. So I'll see you in 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is now done, and now I'm going to pour the milk into a bigger bowl because I'm going to have to knead the dough with my hands. So let's pour the milk in. Okay, and then I need to pour this 1 cup flour into the big bowl. Now I need to add, it says, 1/4 teaspoon salt. So I'm going to add that. And then it says to mix with my hands. So here we go. And I have to mix it for a little bit until it becomes a little more doughy. I can actually feel it on my hands coming together because it's not that liquidy anymore. It's more of like a mushy feeling. These are really stuck to my hands. So now I have pretty much, instead of making it into liquid, I have finally made it into solid mostly. And now I'm going to add the 1 tablespoon of butter. And I'm just using normal butter, not unsalted. So I have to take it out of here. Put it in. And spread it around. And then I'm going to start mixing it in. And it says to knead it for 5 minutes. My hands are probably going to get tired, so 5 minutes, here we go. Also, I'm not going to make you watch this for 5 minutes straight, so let's fast forward it.
All around the kitchen, cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. All around the kitchen, cock-a-doodle-doodle-doo. All around.
Okay, I think 5 minutes is finally done. And now it says to rub some oil. It already feels pretty moist, but that's what the recipe says. So now I'm not using too big or too little of oil, just like using a little bit. I'm just gonna pour it over. And now it says to rub it in, so I'm just gonna rub it a little, just like not technically kneaded, just gonna like rub it on. I think that's good. And I have this plastic box over here. I'm going to keep it inside there. So it's going to be airtight. And the recipe says to leave it inside there for 1 hour. So I'll be back then. So while I'm waiting for the 1 hour time to pass, while this is setting over here, I'm going to make something else. And this is going to need 2 tablespoons of flour, which is in here, and 3 tablespoons of water. And I'm going to put the water in, so 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3 tablespoons. Now I'm just going to mix it a little bit so it doesn't become all chunky and everything. And then I'm going to put it into this Ziploc bag over here and store it for later. You'll see at the end. So now 1 hour is finished and I have pretty much gathered everything else I need for the last few steps over here. And I have divided the dough into 6 parts. And so let's get started with the last few parts. Over here is a pan that I put oil on and then I put some baking paper on the top. Here is some butter that I'm going to spread onto the dough once I've finished putting the mozzarella cheese inside. And yes, this is mozzarella cheese. Then I have some flour here to put on to the cutting board, so the dough will be a little bit more harder instead of being so soft. And here's my rolling pan, and then here's the dough, which I've split into 6 equal parts. So now I'm going to put the mozzarella cheese on top of the dough that I have rolled with the rolling pan. And I have also put this butter spread on top. So let's put the mozzarella on. Since this is small, I'm only going to put a little and not too much. Probably just like 1 spoonful. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to roll this up to make it into a little roll. And I also have to seal the edges so nothing comes out. So now that I have made them all into little rolls, I am going to so I have basically taken 1 egg and I've put just a little bit of milk in it and I've made this little mixture and I'm going to just like put it over a little bit so it makes a nice brownish color once it's done cooking. But I'm not going to put too much because otherwise it's going to be a little too liquidy. Okay. So now I've pretty much coated them in that egg and milk mixture. And now I have this little Ziploc bag that I've cut a hole in. And this is something that I made earlier. Can you guess what it is? It has 2 tablespoons of flour and 3 tablespoons of water. And basically, the recipe said that if we put it on, once it's done baking, it'll make a really cool little pattern. Now, since this is really liquidy, I have to be a little fast about it, because otherwise it's going to spill everywhere. So now I am done putting on that little mixture, and if you saw, it got a little messy. But anyways, now I'm going to put it in the oven at 356 Fahrenheit for 18 to 20 minutes. And I'll see you after then. Let's see how it turns out. So now here I have a chicken kebab, which actually tastes really good. And then I have some potato fries that are here. I have the cheese stuffed bread that I made. And surprisingly, it tastes really good. It looks a little weird, but when you eat it, it tastes amazing. Well, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, my lovely friends.